The circle footprint has been on my radar for small groups for quite some time now. Many of you might remember the tree house, my first ever base tutorial, and my only small group circle base. For its time, that base was quite decent, but building, and I along with it, has evolved since then. I now present to you the Singularity. Starting off today's tour of the Singularity, we're going to enter one of our 3 identical gatehouses. Each of these gatehouses provides you with 1 bedroom and 2 Patrico peaks going into your compound. Our compound is guarded by 6 turrets, which also covers our furnace wall. And as you can see right here, we have another compound bedroom which provides 2 beds, 1 locker, 1 battery and some peaks back into your compound. This entrance right here might look familiar. We had a similar one in the trio's nest, which also provided a funnel ring for mobility and peaks around your base. Behind us on our breach peak modules, we have our entrance into the core. This will lead straight into our sectioned core or open core, whatever you want to call it. And this will be used as our main living area in a wipe. It has 6 different loot rooms and also some peaks into all of them. Going into our starter, you can see that we have this nice peak for some early game defendability, as well as plenty of boxes and furnaces for your early game. And right here is our main TC upkeep. I will provide an option to make that a bit less if you think the upkeep is a bit too much for you. Going to one of our double loot rooms, you can see here that I gave you 2 options. The one with the barrels have more storage but are less protected since they don't have RAM. And right here we have the peaks to our main living area. This is the same on all 3 sides, with the exception of the other 2 areas having beds. In this central area we also have all of our shooting floor retakes. The reason we put them in the center is so that raiders can't use them against you if they go for one of your mobility modules. And here are our glorious shooting floor bunkers. These are not very likely to get hit in a raid, and less experienced raiders most likely won't even notice them. These also connect perfectly into our main living area, so it's not a hassle to use them as your main storage. But before I show you any more of this base, I want to give a word to our first sponsor on this channel. Pine Hosting is a game server host which so kindly sponsored today's video. The cinematic server which was used to create this video uses their service, and so far it has been an incredibly positive experience. They provide servers for games such as Rust of course, Minecraft, Unturned and more. One thing that I've really enjoyed with my server is the umod plugin installer. You can install and uninstall any plugin with a click of a button, and all of them exist right there in your server panel. They provide servers all around the globe to a really affordable price, and with code LACKY you can get 30% off your first month. This also helps support the channel, and if you already have a server somewhere else, they will personally help you move it to their servers. Thank you, Pine Hosting. Alright then, continuing on with our tour, we're gonna show off our shooting floor. Right here you can see our downward angles which we have in shooting floor. We're gonna have even more on roof, so don't worry if they're not sufficient. All around shooting floor we have great Patrico angles which are all protected from any raid bases you might encounter. Continuing up our mobility chutes, we have some retakes onto our roof which are also a bit protected by the drop box right there. And to our right we have our wide gap bedroom, which has a battery, or you can replace it with a locker if you so please. Entering onto our roof, you can see that we have this central structure right here with some retakes to roof, as well as some drop boxes. And of course this all connects down to your core mobility. Getting back out on our roof, you can see our drop downs right here, which also has a peak to the outside. And to the left we have another set of wide gap bedrooms which can also be used to retake shooting floor and shoot anyone inside your compound. Before showing you how to build this thing, I'm gonna show you our disconnectable TCs. This is what the upkeep looks on those, and it's the same on all 3 sides. And to disconnect it, in case your main TC gets blown in a raid, just place one roof on each side. Don't forget to remove them as well before placing main TC, otherwise you will not have disconnected them. Now, all that's left to do is to replace the frame and upgrade it to whatever quality you like. Alright, so as per usual for the tutorial, I'm not going to be doing much voiceover. I'll just like chime in whenever I feel like there's something complicated going on that I might need to notify of, or if there's an option for you to choose on. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like, comment, subscribe and everything like that. And yeah, enjoy the build guide. Thank you. So for the wall stack, or meet to TC as you may call it, we're gonna go out 7 squares, delete the first 4, and then delete all the triangles behind us. This makes it so that you don't need to shoot or hit out any of the foundations. I accidentally broke one here, so that's my bad. But yeah, and then we're gonna delete the rest of the squares and place in triangles like so. And then delete all the triangles we placed. Now we have to place these half walls on top just so it connects all of the triangles together. And yeah, then we're gonna make our wide gap connection and do exactly as I do right here. These building blocks has to be placed in this order, and otherwise you won't be able to place them. So make sure that you actually follow exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I placed them the wrong way here. Yeah, there you go. And now we'll just connect it back like this. And right here we're going to make our external TC module, and I'm gonna make them bunkered. You don't have to. You can do whatever external TC you like. If you want to do normal Satori disconnectable or just not disconnectable at all, you can do that. For normal Satori, just swap out the bunker opening for 2 half walls and make the entrance to the TC some other place. As I always do, I'm going to link Basso's freehand lineup in the description if you struggle with it. Yeah, I even did a little bit wrong here, but I could get it into place still. At this part is where I feel like some of you might get a little bit lost, so make sure to like slow down the video if you do. Underneath the Patrico we're going to place a triangle with a square on top of it, and then towards the inside we're going to place another triangle, and then 2 squares away from the base and top it with a triangle. Now we're going to build back with a half moon and then top it with 2 squares. Going to keep the first triangle of the half moon and place 2 squares on top of it. And then on top of each of those squares we're going to place another triangle. Now, if you want to make this its own external, you don't want to place these 2 frames that go across like this. However, you have to place this frame right here to connect the wide gap back to the gatehouse itself. Now, for these low walls, these two in the center that I just placed, make those half walls. Otherwise, you won't be able to protect your turret. It's not a big deal, but just make it half walls instead. I think you can know which one I mean. Otherwise, just look at the Torah again. Now right here, I'm going to make our bunker. Make sure that the wall is not connected to anything, so it actually opens. You can test it like this. Then what you want to do is make sure that you place the floor above the bunker from the external side and not the main base side. Otherwise your bunker will close and you won't be able to open it again. I'm going to be ending this tutorial with placing turrets and large furnaces. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching and supporting as always. I've really enjoyed making this video and like getting my first sponsor and stuff, and I really appreciate you all, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.